This is the pig pen. Got it started anyway. I've got 3 of the panels put up. I've got that one there. I've got a level of soil here to keep this so this panel will fit in here, and this one. And if you look real close, there's a squirrel. Oh, he just stuck his head back in. So, yes, squirrel in my pig pen. And he also, I believe, he crawls through here and goes in here. Now, I could be wrong, but there could be a possibility that the squirrels killed my chickens. And if you look in the chicken pen there, you can see that the mustard weed is growing in here as well. It just grows wild everywhere. There's some here, there, everywhere. So I'm hoping, I am going to dig this all out, get this wire laying down, and get the rest of these panels up so that I can get this pig pen finished. Remember, I was saying it's going to go to the end of this post here, and then it's going to go out past that tree, around that tree, and then back around, and then back to the end of that building that we started. And these posts here, I think I can still use some of these posts. They rotted at one end. Now these posts have been here ever since they bought the place, I believe. And those posts there that are treated, the red ones, they do not last in the soil. These aren't even in the soil. These are on post holders. Let's see if I can get you show the post holder a little better. But they're in post holders. Well, you can't see the post holder because the way they're sitting, but they're on a post holder and with cement in the ground. For one, we couldn't dig the holes deep enough to put these in the ground, so we used post holders. And so they rot very easily when they're in the ground. So I will never, ever use them again in the ground. For post holders, yeah, they're fine for that. We did put these in the ground, and of course they've only been in a short time. But you can see how that post is. Not straight at all. It is curved. I have some that are really curved out front to where our gate is at. I don't know if you can see that one there is curved as well. But here's some more of that mustard weed. I just about have like almost 5 acres of mustard weed. There's mustard weed out in that big field along with a lot of good grass that the cows can eat. Yeah, it's foxtails. So as long as the foxtails are green, it won't bother the cows. But once it turns brown like this is when it starts getting in their gums and causing problems. So when it turns like this, I just mow it to the ground because it's not any good. But as long as it's green like this, it's still edible for them. So you can see it doesn't get into their gums or anything. It's just when it starts to dry. But this is good. I mean, the cows and stuff and the goats can eat it. The goats love this mustard weed, though. They just absolutely love it. Now, I didn't have too much of this last year because, like I said, the ducks and geese were running wild and open range, whatever you want to call it. And so they kept all these weeds down. But since we had the coyotes come in and almost decimate the flock, they put themselves in the pen that they're in, and I have opened it up and they refuse to even come out. So, and look, there's a squirrel on the fence over there. I don't know if you can see him, but he's climbed the fence. I'm trying to get close enough without him. Oh, he jumped off. But he was climbing the fence. Silly thing. I guess he can't get through where the mustard weed is. It's too thick. I don't think so. I mean, squirrels can crawl through just about anything. I mean, they've got a trail. They got a trail right there, even. So why would he be climbing the fence? This old fence is coming out of here. And we're going to make this pen a little bigger because my daughter is wanting to put turkeys in here. This used to be our garden area, but it got so ran over with weeds and everything that I just gave up on it. And I just started doing raised beds. But you can see the squirrels have been in here running around doing whatever they're doing. The pile of manure that I had put here from the chicken pen, and the mustard weed is growing quite well. But I'll pull a bunch of this out and give it to the goats, and they'll eat on that. I'd bring them out and put them in here, except for this fence is not good enough. It's too big of a wire now. If it was a small wire like this wire here, I'd put them in here. But especially the baby goats, they would put their head through here and get their horns caught trying to get their heads back out. That's why a lot of people with goats that have horns dehorn their goats, is because they have the larger hole fence. A lot of people anymore are putting in this smaller fence for goats. This is what they call a no-climb fence. It's good for horses, goats. It's about 5 feet tall, and the squares are 2 by 4, so nothing can stick their heads through there or anything, except for squirrels and rabbits. And they've got in. We had watermelon in here one year, and the rabbits got in here and ate my watermelon. We weren't very happy with them, but that's what happens when you live in the wild. So here's one of my posts I was looking for the other day. Stake. Staking out some areas that I'm going to be putting in my duck pen. So I'm going to stake that all out. So, but yep. I thought I'd show you what the mustard weed looks like, what the goats like to eat. I put them out in that back pen, and that's the first thing they go for. And of course the cow, she goes right straight for the grass. Goats are browsers. They're like deer. I believe goats are even in the deer family. So they do carry, deer carry diseases that can be put into goats, worms that goats can pick up. This is why they tell you not to put alpacas with goats, is because the deer and the goats carry certain parasites that is deadly to alpacas. And I had thought about getting an alpaca at one time, but then I started doing a lot of research, and it's like, it's not for me. They have to have shots for the worms every month. I heard that they even needed rabies shots. I don't know how much true that is, but it's a possibility. And that they can't eat the same food that goats eat, so you can't put them in with goats. Sheep can't have a lot of copper, but goats need copper. Need a lot of copper. They need a lot of selenium. I believe the alpacas need a lot of selenium, so that's not an issue there, because the cow and everything here needs selenium. We are selenium lacking in our soil, so we do have to put a lot of selenium in our feed for the animals to keep them healthy. So hope I kind of explained a few things about a few things. So please subscribe. Please push the notification bell. It'll let you know when we upload a video. Push the like button, and as I'm walking, you can see all of the mustard weed. And I gave some to the ducks and the geese, and they ate it too, so they kind of like it. The ducks and the goose, excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyway, have a great day.